Good morning, everyone. We got some rain yesterday. Let's check the rain gauge. It's been so dry. Oh, I can't figure out where it is. That's 15, 14, 13, 11. So it looks like, 11 and a half. I can see it now. 11 and a half mil. Yay. And we really needed some rain. See, and Pop just slashed the paddock where the goats are, and the paddock that I'm going to turn into an orchard. Now, we do know that the gutters at the front here are totally full of leaves. So I'm not expecting this IBC to have collected too much water. But because it's just going nowhere. Oh, it's done a little bit. We got a bit, but most of it was actually overflowing out of the gutters. So, but at least I've got a little bit, so I can use that to water the grapevines once I've planted them. Because that tank over there is, as you can see, got a hole in it, so it's useless. See, we've got a few things to fix once we actually buy the property properly, but let's check the other tanks. There's a lot of water in here, in the area where I milk the goat, because the gutter that's there, which is actually the gutter for the main house, doesn't have enough drain pipes on it, and it's undersized. So that's a real problem. We need to fix that. At the moment, I've got that gutter held up with a star picket and a couple of bricks so that the water goes into the main house tank. So let's check the tank, see how it's going. That's about up to there. It didn't get much water. Not much water at all. So it's about 70%. Which the main reason for that is that little bit of gutter there is all that's going into it. And it should be the entire roof line. But that gutter is not transporting the water. It's probably full of leaves as well, which the leaves we can fix. It's probably full of leaves as well. Either way, it's overflowing dreadfully. Like water just pours down here. That bucket's just been sitting there and it collected all of that water. So I can put that onto my garden. I've got a few more. I should have put some more buckets out. I meant to. Now this tank is the tank that's collecting from that gutter, which is basically the most of the house. Let's see how full it is. Not sure. It may actually be full. In which case I'm going to turn this tap on and have it so that it drains into the other tank. I can't leave this on all the time because it leaks. There's a leak. Which is a bit of a pest. Well, it's a lot of a pest actually. Another thing that needs fixing. And it's all good. Oh, Pop slashed this paddock as well, which is where I had the goats originally. I'll go and check this in a second. See, it Pop slashed in this paddock as well. It was just weedy stuff the goats wouldn't eat. I mean, the cows and the horse would have shredded it, but there's a few fruit trees in here still. So, and I need to come in here with the push mower because you couldn't get in here with the slasher, especially not with the hose here. And this tank here I have set as the overflow for that. I don't think it had any water added to it. No, so that tank's not full, which it should have been. It should have overflowed with that 12 mil of rain, considering it's getting all the water from the entire roof. It's just the gutters and the pipes are all set up inefficiently because it's also getting all the water from that shed as well. So, but I might turn it off anyway because that tank's pretty full. And all it's doing is leaking water. Don't want it doing that. So, anyway. It's probably up close to the top actually. It's probably about there. So it's close to the top. Which is better. I think it was down here somewhere yesterday. Anyway, I better get to my chores. Lots to do today. And I got 2 families coming and having a look at the other house. Hopefully we'll find someone to buy the house soon. And hopefully you can see how the water here just kind of runs. It's not soaking into the ground. So I really need to set up some swales to catch it and hold it in place. And the little chickies seem to be doing well. Oh, they're getting out to the water, which is fantastic. I was a bit concerned about that. The big chickens seem to be leaving them alone. So that is great. I moved the water over there so that they could get to it. It looks like they're drinking the water off the ground. Now the big chicken's going over to say, "Oi, what are you doing?" I really probably need to set up another waterer for those chicks. But they seem to be doing well. And part of this coop actually has an open roof. So it's not all covered, which is good. It's adding some moisture into the compost that's in there that the chickens are creating for me. But the chicks look like they're settling in nicely, which is great. Got to get them some food this morning. So everything seems to be going fairly well here at the moment. I'm pretty sure my cassava isn't going to survive. And I mean, that's not a huge drama. I can get more cuttings. And I didn't really want it there anyway. That was just the only place I could think to put it. Now these guys, they also have an open roof for most of it. So it's only that back part that's actually covered. So their food and water. Oh look, there's an egg. Yay. I don't get eggs from these ones very often. But the girl that's in there, she is quite old. So she's not going to be laying much at the moment. And Lucy, I don't know what the deal with Lucy is. She's not laying much at all. Quite disappointed with her. She's a good mum, but she's not laying eggs. Anyway, that looks like they need some water. They probably need some food. So yeah, I have to do that. Here's my Manzo. My Manzo. He loves to come and keep me company whilst I'm out doing my chores. Much to my frustration and annoyance because I usually trip over him. I was concerned initially about a lack of organic matter on the property, but I'm not that concerned anymore because the trees are dropping heaps of leaves. So I'm going to have a lot of leaf litter. I'm not sure that that moringa's got not much. It's still got a bit of green on it, so who knows, it might be throwing down some roots. Let's see if the Rhode Island Red's laid any eggs for me. No eggs. These girls are also quite old. They've got water and they've got food. That was our Manzo I just stood on. That lock's a little bit firm. Look at all these buckets we've done so far. Oh dear. Mind you, we are a family of 5. So, did I check that? I know I need to give the chicks food. And they've got water. Uh-oh. Oh, one of the chicks is being chased around by the chicken. Okay, it's safe now. Chicken giving them what for? Ah dear. At least I've got a safe place where they can go to. Oh, and I've got 4 eggs in there with these girls. So that's one of us, Hugo's boys. So he's an Australorp cross with a leghorn. Isn't he pretty? He's a really pretty boy, that one. See, they need some food. They've got some minerals there, which is good. Oh, I've got to feed the fish. Got to feed the fish. Show you how my garden's going too. So my basil's coming up. I've got some turmeric coming up. So there's some turmeric. That was not what I expected at this time of year. It should be going dormant. Got a pigeon pea, some tomatoes, more basil, another tomato. Haven't planted out the pineapple yet. I've put a banana in there, not really know whether it's going to do anything. Sugarcane, haven't checked it. My seedlings desperately need to get put out somewhere. They're really struggling. Can't tell. Oh, one of my moringas that broke off has got a new shoot. Can't tell with the bamboo what it's doing at the moment. This is a little pen that I set up for the chicks the other day. Oh, the moringa that I had over here that had all those lovely green shoots, they all died. They all died. So I don't know what happened, but I've got a couple of tomatoes there as well. Obviously the grass is doing fantastically in this little section, which is a problem. So yeah, I don't know. Moringas do go dormant over the winter, so it could just be that it's going dormant, or it may have died. I don't know. And I've got dragon fruit there that's... I'm sure it'll do fine. Dragon fruits are fairly hardy. The aquaponics. How's it going? The sheep sorrel is doing fantastically. It's the best I've had sheep sorrel do anywhere. So I'm really, really pleased with that. All my mulberry cuttings died. I don't know about this citrus. It's not looking real healthy and happy. Capsicum's not doing much. Strawberries, I'm doing a huge amount. Bocconcini, it seems to be doing well. It's not doing anything exciting yet. This pea is doing okay, growing up to mulberry cutting. I had a couple of other peas in there too. They seem to have died. Stood on a branch. The garlic chives are doing phenomenally. Celery's doing great. Queensland spinach. Oh, look at that. I think those lady beetles have cleaned up most of those aphids. Very pleased about that. I do need to get the Queensland spinach into the garden somewhere. The orange navel seems to be doing well, which is good. Matthew loves blood oranges. These beans are doing okay. The Marlborough spinach is doing good. Brahmi's still doing great. Got another pea over here. A couple of peas doing okay. Bit of parsley doing okay. Shallots. The leeks are doing great. Those leeks, looks like I lost one, but that's okay. Those leeks, I just bought them from the shops and chopped the top off and stuck them in the aquaponics. You can just do that in the dirt too. Did the same with the shallots. Rainbow spinach is doing well. That kale's doing well. And the beans over there are doing well. And the basil over there is doing well too. Oh, there's another rainbow chard. And the basil over there is doing well. So the aquaponics is doing okay. Since I've been putting the sea salt in, the plants seem to be doing a lot better, which is good. Fishies are doing good. I'm actually surprised by that. I would have expected the fish to be not eating at the moment because it's cooling down and they don't usually eat a lot during winter. Our manzo is getting a little bit of a pest. He's smooching in between my legs constantly. Let's see if we can get the fishies to come up and say hello. Oh, plant's dripping feet, water on my phone. That's not good. No, they're not coming up yet. They're all hiding behind the pumpkin in the pipe. Not hungry at the moment. Oh, Mr. Sticky Bee had to check out what I was doing. And get underfoot again. Underfoot again. It's my constant companion. Unless Jonathan's helping. If Jonathan's helping, then Manzo doesn't help. And I've been putting a capful or so of seaweed plant starter. I can't remember where I got this from now. Actually, no, I do. I don't know, remember where I got it, but I got it when I picked up some seeds, a sprouting system, which I haven't used yet. Really close measurements there. I'm possibly overdosing it. But it's just because the fish are too small at the moment. They're not producing enough waste because they're not eating enough. And I can't give them more food because that'll make them sick. Manzo. Anyway. Oh, I'll show you the plants I've got that are down near the nook shed too. It's a real shame that gutter doesn't overflow straight into the garden. If it's got to overflow, it could at least do it into the garden. But it doesn't. Oh well. Haven't made much progress with the outdoor shower. I have gurneyed down the inside mostly. I still need to do some more. Gavin needs to do the edges, but we focused on the other house on his days off. And lemongrass is looking pretty sad. The calendula is doing okay. The tomato and basil, which I put a little bit of milk on each day and water for them when I'm milking the goats, works really well, is doing well. The chocolate spinach is, not chocolate spinach, chocolate mint is doing well. Flat leaf parsley died. Curly leaf parsley is doing well. Okay. Now the Marlborough spinach has new shoots. So I'm quite pleased with it. I think it's going to do well and going to take off. It might like this spot really well. It's a common mint. It's doing well. The moringas, I think, have new shoots. I think they're new shoots. I've got one inside as well on the brooder for the chickens, just so it's got the extra warmth, but that has got new shoots. It might recover from its transport plant. The pandana, I think the pandana's dead. I still haven't got the fruit salad, the Monstera Delicio, planted out yet. Lemongrass from Tyler is still doing well. That's a top of a ponytail that I knocked off. And some Leukina that I chucked in that I pulled out. The peppermint's not doing super great. Those little geraniums that I got from Mum are doing well. So that's doing good. Yeah, that's about the size of it. I mean, I've got some plants over there that I put in some pots for Mum for her birthday. But they're not terribly exciting. They are pretty. So as you can see, everything got fairly wet last night. Or yesterday. So they were just some cuttings that I grabbed from the other house and popped in there. Got some spider lilies in there for Mum. I bought that geranium. This geranium, so, is some cuttings that I got from the plants that Mum had at the other house, so hopefully it takes off. and one of her little ponytails. And then I'm not sure what these are, but there were some plants that I uprooted from the other house. Oh, that's a spider lily. I know what that is. I can't remember what that is. I'm just not sure. But yeah, that's basically the update today. You have a great day. And if you know anyone looking for a 3.5 acre property in southeast Queensland, I have one at Eagleby. See some of my other videos for pictures of it. Anyway, have a great one. Bless you.